Hi guys, this is Basi. I'm Basi M sharing the word with you on YouTube channel. I would just like to ask you guys how your weekend was. I know the response won't be immediate, but wherever you are, I hope you had a blessed weekend and a very positive one with the spirit to move on. And yes, the spirit to move on, irregardless of what happened yesterday, or last week, or whenever, because that is the introduction of our word today, and I would like to share with you what the Lord has sprung upon me and to share with my beautiful people of YouTube. So, this is it. Amos 9, verse 11. It goes like this: In that day, I will restore David's fallen tent, I will repair its broken places, restore its ruins, and build it as it used to be, so that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the nations that bear my name, declares the Lord, who will do these things. Let us dwell a bit on it because of what I shared last time. Remember, the word was Luke 22 verse 12. Luke 12 verse 22, sorry. And it said, do not worry. Whatever you are going through, you may ask yourself, why am I in this situation? And who do I look to? People say there's the higher power. This whole channel, the plan of it is to teach about the goodness of Jesus and the goodness of God in our lives and what He does. Because I am aware, we are aware in the Christian community that there are people who do not know who Jesus is, and they don't like inflictment and just a word to be shared, and there are no questions answered, and no way forward for the people who do not even know where to start. And I did say the last time, open your Bible and read and talk to God. I still stay on that. I stand on it. However, one may ask right now, okay, I did what you said, Pasiem. I did open the Bible. I did conversate with God. But before I opened the Bible, I prayed about it and I prayed for God for answers. And He gave me something I completely do not understand. Now, God is saying, there's something that you need to check here. What is it that you're holding on to? What is it that is ruined within you? Sometimes we need to look within ourselves, guys, before we can look outside and blame people of what happened in our situations, of what is happening in our situations. At times, what we are or the situations we are in are because of what we also brought into the situation. We may find ourselves pointing fingers and saying, yeah, it is because my husband does not sit at home, he does not love me, he does not see me as the pretty woman he saw me, things are not the same anymore. And others will say, no, she's not. Okay, I'm talking in terms of married couples, yeah, but holistically speaking, let me not dwell so much on married couples. Holistically speaking, your situation, for example, of a woman who says, my husband is cheating on me, and how do I get over this? Or the husband says, my wife is a bore. She's a nag at the moment. How do I get out? Because the only way I see to relieve myself of the home stress is to get out. And the other one says, but why is my dad abusing me? Because I thought I am his child. I thought he loved me. And the other one says, because I'm not his daughter, I am his stepdaughter. I'm not his blood. And that is why this is being done. And there are so many other issues that going on there. The boy there may say, but why did I never have a father? Where is my father in all of this? I've missed my father. I hear these other boys I'm playing with, or I've grown with, or I'm hanging with, saying they had their father. Even men have dirty issues, especially grown men, because a lot of fathers out there are just absent in the grown men lives. And believe you me, it is very vital. But today on this word, what I want to focus on, given this, is that the broken places that need ruins in your life, the fallen tent in your life, what could it be? Could that fallen tent in verse 11 that says, in that day I will restore David's fallen tent? God here is promising David, and you can turn this scripture around for those who do not know how to read or how to relate to the scriptures according to them. They'll say, okay, this is talking about David, it's not talking about me. This is how we relate scriptures to ourselves, my fellow new Christians or new believers or new, not you may not even be a believer, but you want to hear about this. So this is how you relate the verses to yourself. In that day, I will restore David's fallen tent. What is the fallen tent that is currently happening in my life? Take yourself as David. David's fallen tent was literally his house, his city. It was going to ruins, and God was promising him to restore his city because David was a king, remember. But we'll go into that because it will be a slow journey, but eventually a fruitful one, where we share about the biblical occurrence and the stories and the knowledge of these people, and we're going to share so much about them. But I am more focused now on grooming you as the believer and on grooming you as the one who seeks God, to say, how do I relate these verses, these words into my life? This is the Bible. Like I say, I don't like using a mobile gadgets, because once that battery is out or the gadget is down, then you don't have your word to fall back on. So I prefer using page by page. Yes, we're living in a world of .com, the world of now, where gadgets are used for every little thing. I know that, I understand that, but I prefer the old systematic way of reading the Bible, which is the pages. I can rely on this book even though my gadget is off, my phone is off, my mobile is off, and I am not able to read the word. But I do use my phone when I'm on the road, when I do not have my Bible with and I am away from home, because this remains in my home, my sacred altar. And this is where I read the Bible when I share the time with my Lord. Back to the verses. Fallen tent of David. This fallen tent. What is that fallen tent in your heart, in yourself, within you? What is fallen? Your marriage has fallen. You have been bruised emotionally. You are going through a lot. Financial loss. You're going through a lot of emotions. You're going through your parents' divorce or your divorce, for example. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like I said, people go through a lot, and each day has its own day. But let us look within ourselves. If I say my husband is cheating on me, the first question that I need to ask, yes, emotionally, it drains, it drags. I understand. You will question a lot, and you will start feeling insecure and saying, okay, am I weak? Am I the weaker vessel? Am I not pretty enough? There's a lot of questions. Am I doing enough? Not enough for him? Does he not love me anymore? It really hurts when somebody, and we're not talking about cheating only in intercourse terms, but we're talking about cheating in terms of taking the heart to the. Cheating is vast, guys. We can have another topic about cheating, and believe you me, we won't end it. But cheating on its own, you're moving your commitment, that covenant, that bond that you have shared with somebody, and you break it onto another person. You're sharing that bond with somebody else. And I, as a partner in the home, whether be it a wife or husband, a partner, feel that you've now broken our bond to have it with another person, and we had an agreement with this bond that you and I will go through whatever life brings us together. Now the question remains, what did I do wrong? And this is why I'm saying, sometimes let us look within ourselves. That is just one scenario that I'm giving. Another person may say, but why is my mom always favoring my sister? Why is a sibling rivalry and my mother always favors my sister, my brother, or I cannot just get along with her? I've tried. I yearn for my mother's love, but there is none. And guys, these are just simple domestic emotional issues, but nothing is simple, because everybody, for each person, it carries a weight, and we really don't take these weights in the same way. So let us respect each person's emotions, and let us respect the fact that those tent are for each and every individual, or for each and every one of us. That tent is heavy. As I'm going on, and I don't want to continue long and rattle around this, but the point of the matter is, when you look upon yourself and you say, God, I'm in this situation and I don't know how to get out. And yes, I hear that you are the most greatest. I can rely on you. I like now in Amos 9 verse 11, he's promising David to restore. So what is it that you want God to restore? And before he restores it, do you want God to restore your marriage? Do you want God to restore you yourself? Do you want God to restore your finances? Do you want God to restore your heart? Is it vile now? Is it angry? Are you angry at somebody? Do you want God to restore your life? Is it in Shambok? Do you not understand where you are at the moment? Then check, do some self-retrospection, and this can be done, remember, with a conversation with God. You conversate and you tell him, okay, this is me. I surrender. You often hear Christians saying, I surrender, right? Surrender. Remember, even in wars, I'll make an example of this because the scripture is talking about David, who was a king, and they fought battles with soldiers, and this is how they conquered other cities, and they would take heed of it and they would own them. Now, even in wars, when the other party or the other soldiers could see that they're not winning against the soldiers or the other, oh my god, for loss of words, the other group that is coming against them and is coming with full force, they would do what? They would surrender. The other king would say, no, tell my people. He would talk to the general, and the general will address the soldiers to say, we are surrendering. But these talks would be behind the offices with the kings, and the kings would say, okay, your people and my people are gunning against each other. You are coming with force. Let us come to an agreement. And the kings will then agree to say, I surrender. The one king who feels weaker at the moment to the other one, because the other one has strength, will then surrender. And this is what you are doing as a person. You surrender. So that that person cannot overpower you. And I'm not saying when you surrender to God, God is the one that's bringing problems to your life. No, no, no. Let me be clear here, because I know I will get a lot of comments and saying, oh, now do you mean that God is the one that's punishing you? I'm not saying that. What I am saying is just making an example of one king surrendering to another king so that there can be peace. Now you surrender to God so that you can have the peace of mind, and he can answer you back and give you the answers you need and give you the way forward, so that God can restore your life, that he can restore the broken places. Remember, as it goes on, it says, I will repair its broken places and restore its ruins and build it as it used to be. So what do you want God to restore in your life? What do you want God to repair in your life? That house, that business, that marriage, your womb. Maybe you cannot bear kids. There's a lot. Your son, your family, your relationship with your siblings, your mother. It is a lot, guys. Whatever that you want God to repair and build it as it used to be, and you miss the good times with your husband, and you want to have a relationship with your family, and you want to hear from that boy who broke your heart, or from that man who molested you, or from the guy who robbed you of your childhood, whether be it a woman. I can say a lot of examples. However, give it to God. Surrender. Conversate with him. Say, be honest. Start by being honest with your feelings. Be honest and let God know this is what you went through. This is what you're feeling at the moment. If there is something about you that needs to be corrected, about you personally as an individual that needs to be corrected, before God can move you into another level, which is correcting the home, correcting the relationship. Remember, sometimes we need to look at ourselves that, or maybe I did not have a relationship with my mom because I refused to listen, because I was stubborn, because she said I don't listen, and instead I'm the one who walked out of the house and not my mother. We put situations upon ourselves, and then we it's easy to blame the others. But when the mirror is in front of us and says, hey, when you point a finger, three are pointing back at you, then that's when it's hard. That's when it's hard to swallow, because you're now having an image of yourself that is not the one that you like, that is not the one that you pictured, and that is not the one that you think so highly of. But it must be faced. That picture must be faced, whether it is a damning dark one, or it is one that is gray and it's shaded. Whether you like gray and shaded, but however you want it, must be peaceful to you. It must be working for you. It must be positive for you. It must be growing you as a positive individual who will be able to stand up and say, you know what, I moved from that situation. I am free of my divorce and I'm not holding on to my husband again. Or I restored my marriage. Or I fixed my relationship with my mother. Or I'm over that. You cannot be over a person who's molested you, but you can forgive. And it is not easy to forgive, but you can start the process of forgiving, and you can say, "Yes, God will definitely restore me." And by you forgiving that person, you take power over yourself. The power now remains with you. That person does no longer have power. The minute we forgive, guys, and we say, "God, restore what is in me," and you forgive those who have wronged you, the fault relies now will stand with them, even if they are the ones that are wrong, and you did not do anything wrong to them, for them to do whatever they did to you. But forgive. And yes, it's not easy. I know, easier said than done. I've been there. I'm one person who struggles to forgive, because I will easily say forgive, but it has taught me a greater good to continuously saying it. And when I continuously say it, I then act it out, even in front of the people that I need to forgive. I act it out, and it becomes done. So forgive, ask God, conversate with God, pray about it. It's a simple prayer. That conversation with God will be your simple prayer. It says, God, here I am today. I surrender my life to you, for you to correct whatever that is not of yours, and whatever that is not what you have planned for me. Correct me in your way, and restore in my life, in me, what your heart desires. Restore in my life what I have lost, the greatest that I have lost, the good marriage, if it is all worth it, your family relationship, and yourself as a whole being, because God, God loves you, and He wants you to be. Remember, He refines us as perfect silver till He sees us in the silver image. But that's another topic yet again. However, He refines us. So ask God to refine you and to restore you, so that you can move on to repairing your business. He will give you the wisdom so that you can move on to restoring your relationship and your marriage. He will give you the wisdom on how to speak to your husband. You don't yell, you don't shout, you don't even your wife. I'm focusing more on the husband, because I'm a wife who has also struggled in marriage issues, but I've come a long way, and today I'm happy to say God has restored my marriage. God has restored my house. I'm living with my husband. We carry on. Challenges are there, guys. It's not hunky-dory perfect every day. It's not a roller coaster ride, but we have peace, and we have agreements, and we have a connection, and we communicate, and there's love, there's harmony, there's peace, and there's God between us. And that is the best way that I find it possible for me to live. Now I'm urging you today, that you say that prayer and you surrender yourself to God, and then you open up the Bible, as I said the last time, and it will be said over and over and over again, that you open up the Bible to read a verse relating to your life, and whatever that is opened to you, remember, you relate it. Even if it's words that do not make sense, pray more, talk to God more, and ask Him, what is it that you mean here? Furthermore, find a home that is a Christian community or that shares the same word, which is the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, that shares the same word that we are sharing here, and ask a mature Christian, somebody who is mature and rooted in the word, about the word that has been given. But first, ask for direction. Everything works with the Spirit, guys. We don't just go anywhere, and sometimes you'll go to a person and feel that that person was too harsh, and yet you just wanted to ask questions. And this is why people have negative comments about Christians, because a person will have their own, or be going through whatever they're going through that day, and here's another individual that has a situation, and they ask me a question, and I will just answer with whatever that I'm feeling at the moment. But instead, I did not want to hear where this person is coming from, because I had my own issues, and it does happen. And because another thing, that person was not sent to me. But if that person had prayed and asked God to give you a person who will give you the answers, you might think some things are coincidences, guys. The person who will come and give you the answers or will help you is the person that you would have prayed about and spoken to God about and said, give me. There are things that sometimes you switch on the television, or you switch on the radio station, or you switch on, or you read a magazine, you read an article, and you feel that this is talking to you. That is how God, after you've prayed with Him, after you've conversated with Him, and you receive that answer that relates to your situation, that is how God now speaks. He speaks in every way. He can use everything, anytime. Remember, He is the one that has created this world. He is the creator of this world, the beginning and the end, and everything in this world is His. So you cannot fool Him, and He knows everything about you, every strand of your hair. That is yet another scripture of another day, which I would gladly share with you guys, because I love that one that says, for I can feed the birds of the earth and the ants, and I know every strand of your hair. How much more about you? We shall share that one again. However, for today, I've prolonged my time. I've spoken more than I have to, and I don't like spending more, because the more I speak, the more you have to concentrate, and I don't want people to lose concentration on this. However, I'm happy that I could share this word with you, related, and remember, in verse 12 it says, so that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the nations that bear my name. So you are going to be restored, declares the Lord, who will do these things. You are definitely going to get out of that situation. God will help you to get out of that situation. Pray to Him, talk to Him, fellowship with other Christians, and read the Word. Talk to Him and read the Word regarding a situation. You are definitely going to get out of that situation. Why? So that you can possess, so that you can own up to yourself, so that you can own up to that situation, so that you can possess the house. That house is yours. That mother is yours. That which they have ruined, the little child in you, the guy who molested you, abused you, you are you, and you belong to God, so that you can own up and you can become an individual, and you can own up to yourself, and you can be the best person out there, because beauty begins with being yourself. So the minute you find who you are and you heal within and you find the strength and the courage, let me encourage somebody today here. The minute you find the strength and the courage to say, whew, sir, then everything is possible. You definitely move with that. Let me love and leave you till we see and meet each other again on the channel. I am Basi M, and love you.